Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel EduVenture SG. So let's look at another great word problem on fraction. Let's start reading with the question first. Janet had 3 by 7 as many beads as Molly. Then Molly gave 24 beads to her friend. Now Janet had half as many beads as Molly. How many beads did each of them have at first? Okay, so what do we have here is Janet had 3 by 7 as many beads as Molly. Okay, this is the at first what they have, right? So if that means that since Janet is only 3 by 7 of Molly, right? That means if Janet is having let's say Janet is having 3 units, right? Janet is you having 3 units, then Molly is having how many units? Molly is having 7 units, right? So we can write here, okay, so at first we can write here as at first let's say Janet have, this is Janet and then this is Molly. Okay, so let's say the number of units of beads Janet have is 3 units and the number of beads Molly have is 7 units, right? Now what happened, then Molly gave 24 beads to her friend. Okay, so she gave 24 of her beads to her friend. Now what happened, then after giving some beads to her friend, now the ratio changes. Now the fraction changes. How? See, now Janet had half as many beads as Molly, right? So that means we can say at the end, right, at end Janet have half means if whatever Molly is having, Janet has half of it. So that means we can say that if Janet has 1 unit, right, 1 unit of beads, then Molly is having how many units? Yes, right, 2 units, right? Since Janet is half of Molly, right? So if Janet is having 1 unit, Molly will be having 2 units. Then clearly Janet is half of Molly, right? Now the thing is, you see here, it's only Molly who gave 24 beads to her friend, right? What I mean is, it's only whose number of beads have changed, because she has given 24 beads to her friend. But her Janet, she didn't give away any of her beads to any of her friends or anybody else. Neither no one has given her any beads, right? Or she didn't buy any more beads. That means, what I mean is, there should not be any change in the number of beads of Janet, right? Because from the question we can see clearly that they haven't mentioned anything else about Janet, that she has given it to someone else, or she has bought some more, or someone has given Janet more beads. That means the number of beads Janet have before and after, right, at first or at the end, should be the same, right? But you observe here, right, at first Janet was 3 unit and at the end she is only 1 unit, right? But this should be same, right? This should be same. So how do we make the number of units of Janet's here and here same, right? How do we make it same? So one way is, see, we can multiply here. It's at first it was 3 units, so at end also we can make it 3 units. How? Just multiply it by 3, right? If multiplying it by 3 will make it 3 units, right? But when make sure when we multiply one of the numbers by a fixed number like this, right, we have to multiply the other person's unit also by the same number. Why? Because otherwise the fraction will change, right? Is still even after multiplying with 3, right, their ratio should be same, right? The fraction, like, still the Janet should be half of the Molly's. The number of beads Janet having should be half of the Molly's. So we have to multiply both Janet's and Molly's unit by 3. Okay, don't do like only multiply one of them, only make Janet's unit equal to 3 and don't and forget to multiply Molly's unit by 3, right? You have to multiply it with both. Now if you observe here, right, earlier Janet was 3 unit, later also she was 3 unit, fine enough, good enough. How about Molly? See, Molly, she was earlier 7 unit, but later she was 6 unit, right? Her number of unit have decreased. Why? Is because she has given away 24 beads to her friend, right? Since she has given away her beads, the number of unit has her number of unit of beads have decreased. Okay, so from here we can say that, okay, the change in number of units of whom, of Molly, right, is how much? So earlier it was 7 unit and later it became 6 unit, so the change is of 1 unit, right? And this 1 unit is equal to 24 beads, right? Because it has decreased by 1 unit because she has given 24 beads to her friend, so we can say 1 unit is 24. Okay, now we have got how much is 1 unit. So let's read the question again. How many beads did each of them have at first? Okay, so these are the unit of beads each of them have at first. So we can write our answer like this. So the beads, let's start with Janet one first, right? So Janet's beads at first, right, is how many units? It's 3 units. So we can write it as 3 units, which is equal to 3 times 24, because 1 unit is 24. So we will get 72, right? Similarly, how about Molly's beads? So Molly's beads, right, at first is equal to 7 units, which is 7 times 24, okay, and that will give you 168. Okay, so here is the answer. You can write the answer also quickly. Okay, so Janet is having 72 beads and Molly is having 168 beads. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the solution. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.